everyone. Today we're going to start our unit on living organisms. Now, some examples of living organisms are us. Humans are living. Animals are other examples of living organisms. Plants, trees, those are all examples of living organisms. Now, inside of your enrichment bag, you were given a variety of different beans. These are actually also seeds. Now, these seeds, are they living organisms? Are they alive? Are they growing? Tough question. Well, these seeds are living organisms, but they're not growing yet. They're at a stage in their life called dormancy. These seeds are dormant. That means they're not growing yet. Kind of taking a very, very long nap. They're asleep. We're going to get these seeds to start growing. But before we do, let's take a closer look and see what they look like. Taking a closer look at the different seeds that you have inside your bag, you'll notice that they are all different colors. Some are different shapes, and they are all different sizes. We have a white lima bean, which is the biggest. We have a green mung bean, which is the smallest. We have a corn seed, what we use to make popcorn. And you also have a black bean, and you may have either a pinto bean or a bush bean. Now, all of these are seeds, and they are all alive, but they are not yet growing. We need to figure out what they need to start growing. Can you think what we need to wake up these seeds? Go ahead and write down a few things that you think would wake up these seeds so that they would no longer be dormant. Now, these seeds are dormant, but they are alive. We need to wake them up. What do you think they need to no longer be dormant? Is it food? Is it a wake-up call? Should we be really loud and wake them up? All living organisms need this one thing to be able to grow. We need it, animals need it, plants need it. Without it, there would be no life. Water. That's the secret ingredient. That's what these seeds need to wake up so that they are no longer dormant and we can see them start to grow. Now, after you've had some time to examine your seeds and you notice the different shapes, different colors, different sizes, once we wake them up, what do you think will happen then? What do you think they're going to look like? Let me show you what you'll need for this lab. From your enrichment bag, you will be using both plastic bags that have been supplied, and you are going to make 2 piles. In the first pile, you will be using 2 lima beans, 2 bush beans, 2 black beans or pinto beans, 2 mung beans, and 2 corn seeds. And in the other pile, you will be taking 10 corn seeds and separating them. You will need to supply 2 paper towels, a cup of water, and a pipette if you have one to transfer the water. And if you don't, No worries, you can just add the water by pouring it. For the first bag, what you will do is open up the Ziploc, place your paper towel inside the bag, making sure it's nice and flat. And I will show you both ways. I'm going to make the paper towel wet using a pipette. And what I want is I want the paper towel to be completely wet without having any extra water at the bottom of my bag. I'm going to do the same thing with my second bag. Open it up, place the paper towel inside the bag. And if you don't have a pipette, very, very carefully, just pour in the water, making sure that the paper towel is wet all over without any extra water at the bottom. I see I need a little bit more. And if you see you've poured in a little too much, then you can just pour out the extra. Now that I have my paper towel wet, I'm going to do the same thing with my corn seeds. I'm going to place them inside the bag, making sure they have plenty of space. Seal the bag. And we are going to leave both of these bags undisturbed for 7 days. Now go ahead, make a prediction. What you think will happen to these seeds? What will they look like in 7 days? Make sure to use labels, and we'll come back and we'll observe in 7 days and see what happened to our seeds. Here are my seeds after 7 days of being left on a paper towel in a Ziploc bag filled with water. Well, the first thing we'll notice is my lima beans did not do much. We'll leave these to the side and look at the other ones that did do something. Well, what do you notice? Looking at the mung beans first, are these still dormant? Oh no. Look at the skin that's starting to pop off. Looks like the seeds grew, they got bigger, and they are sprouting. They have roots and they have sprouts coming out. They all grew at different rates. They all look like they are growing. These are the roots growing down. Take a look at our black beans. And I love this one because you can really see the skin that's coming right off. And you have the root that's growing down. And the roots, even though the seeds are all different, the roots look similar. And from one root, we see more roots starting to grow. And here again, Different seed, but similar results. The skin is starting to come off. We see the sprouts and we see the roots. This one looks like it has a lot growing in. And finally, let's take a close look at our corn. And you see the roots starting to go down. But there's something green. That's the sprout. That's not growing down, it's growing up. Same with this one. There's a root growing down and a sprout growing in the opposite direction. How amazing is this? We started off with dormant seeds that were dry and small. They were asleep and we were able to wake them up. They are no longer dormant. These seeds are now growing. We can see them grow with the roots and with the sprouts. They look very different than what they started off with. Show you a size comparison of how small it was and how much bigger it actually grew. Now you'll notice this one didn't grow. I wonder why. Why do you think both of my lima beans didn't grow? What about yours? Will they grow? Did I do something different to the lima beans? No. It's possible they needed more time. It's possible that the seeds maybe were older and they couldn't stay dormant for too long, that they're actually maybe not alive anymore. Go ahead and try this experiment and make sure you record your results. Next, we're going to look at our corn seeds a little closer. Here are my corn seeds that were in the plastic bag for the same amount of time, but look at this. How amazing does this look? Let's take one, and it actually looks like it's starting to stick to the paper towel. Ah, look at that. Look at how long my root is. Wow, that is amazing. Look at all the roots. Still see the seed. Now you can really see the sprout. And look at all the roots growing down. Just get rid of this paper towel that's stuck here. But you can see more roots starting to grow down from each root. Look at that, really long roots and the green sprout. Take another look at our corn seeds with their long roots. Look at how long that is, and look at those sprouts. This is incredible. Go ahead, make your observations, record your results, and as always, label. We're going to use these corn seeds for a follow-up lab. Make sure to save them as we will be using them.